Hey friends, happy Saturday afternoon. Welcome to my live. And if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. My name is Robin and I'm with Robin's A Blue Creations. And I'm also an independent designer with Couture. Is everyone glad that it's Saturday and it's the weekend? Raise your hands in the comments if you're excited about the weekend. Once you hop on, say hi in the comments. Tell me where you are watching from. I happen to be crafting in central Kansas today. I also want to let you know that I'm going live on 3 locations this afternoon. So if you hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your comment feed, that viewer may be watching and commenting from a different platform. Also, if you are watching from my private Facebook group, if you wouldn't mind clicking the permission link at the bottom of the description of the video. That way, StreamYard has permission to pin your profile name and pic to your comment. If you don't hit that permission link, or if you haven't hit it for a while and you try to comment, then your comment will show up as Facebook user and I won't know who to say hi to. Speaking of saying hi, Jason says he's so glad it's Saturday, and he says hello from the other side of the door. Hello, Mr. Jason. If anyone else happens to hop on, don't forget to say hi in the comments. Tell me where you're watching from. Also, if you wouldn't mind hitting that heart button or the thumbs up button. Also, spread some of that Chuck love all around Facebook and YouTube. Tag your crafty friends and invite them to watch along with you. With that, let's flip the camera so I can show you my project today. I have not made an ink project in probably forever. Oops, and let's do it this way so that peeps, let's do it this way and we'll switch. That way people can see my face as well. Although I don't know why, but some people like that. Anyway, I have not done an ink project in forever, so I wanted to do a really cute Christmas tee, and while I was at it, I thought I would do just a regular evergreen t-shirt as well. So if you haven't ever used Couture ink from Chalk Couture, let me pull it clear over here. You are in for a treat. Stay along and watch along. So there are a multitude of colors in the Couture ink. Today I will be using Couture Teal, Shimmer Silver, Candy Apple Red, and Tide. And we will be using Simply Blessed. I will be doing that on a raglan t-shirt in a little bit. But first, I wanted to use the Sweet But Twisted. Jason says, because I'm pretty. No, nobody wants to see that. So this is from the size C Freaking Jolly transfer. There are 6 different 5x5-ish designs. So I wanted to use the Sweet But Twisted. Have I cut this one apart? Yep, I have. So these are silkscreen reusable transfers. So they are also sticky backed. I have denoted on the back side that this is the back side of the carrier sheet, so that when I'm done cleaning the transfer, I know that the transfer goes on this side of the carrier sheet. These are reusable about 8 to 12 times, depending on how well you take care of them. I have put an ink mat underneath my t-shirt. It is sticky, so it is holding down my t-shirt. It also has helped to get a lot of those wrinkles and bumps, and it will also help to keep my ink from bleeding over to the backside. So I didn't want you to see me wrestling with that, so I did that ahead of time. So if you've watched before, you know that typically we fuzz these transfers just to knock back some of that adhesive. When you're inking, you do not want to fuzz, and if you can, and you know you want to use a transfer for an ink as well as chalk, I would highly suggest using that transfer for an ink project first. That way it's the most sticky, it has the most stick on the back side, and you'll get the best adherence and the best performance out of the transfer when you're using ink. I hope that made sense. So I like to find the middle of the design. So I'm going to kind of line up the T with the D and the S with the T. So I can see through the transfer, so I'm just kind of lining it up. I mean, it's going to be approximate. Actually, I might line up the 2 pieces of candy. And so then I'm just going to pinch it up here with my left hand to kind of put a crease in the top. So now I have a crease right up here where I can kind of use that to help me center. I'm going to go 2 to 3 fingers down from the neck. With the V-neck, it's a little different. I mean, they say typically 2 finger widths down from the edge of your neck. And then I'm just going to line it up with that V. Sorry, I may have to get a cough drop after all. This darn cough. It won't ever go away. So I'm just kind of lining it up. I'm kind of eyeballing it. Oh, it looks pretty good. So I'm going to really burnish it down. And I'm just going to bunch up the rest of the shirt. Just to kind of get a lot of that out of my way. I'm just going to do one color on this one. We're just going to use candy apple red. And this is the original candy apple red that I bought probably roughly 4 years ago when I started with Couture. And the ink has a great shelf life. So when you buy your ink, you are making a good investment because it does last quite a while. Excuse me. So I'm just lightly squeegeeing this out to make sure I don't hear any air bubbles. So I'm just going to dip my squeegee into my paste, or into the ink. Sorry if I accidentally say paste. In this instance, I really mean ink. And I'm just going to lightly, in fact, I'm going to move it up because I have kind of a bump in my table right here. So I'm going to make sure that the image is above that Humpty Bumpty. And I'm just going to, with a light hand, drag the ink across that silk screen area. I'm going to try to go just up and down. You don't want to go all willy-nilly, up, down, left, and right. Try to go one direction if you can with the ink. Very light hand. If you push too hard and you don't have a good adhesion, then you might risk pushing ink underneath the transfer. Because this is fabric, my ink is actually getting soaked up by the fibers of the shirt. Excuse me. So I'm just kind of watching it to make sure that it's all coated equally, especially as it gets kind of soaked up. And then I'm also going to kind of even out all of my squeegee lines. It looks pretty good. And if I have any left over, I'm just going to put it back in the jar. Okay, now I want to check my fingers, and I do have some on my fingers. Because if you touch your t-shirt or towel or whatever you're using that's fabric, and you have any on your hands, you may inevitably get some ink on your shirt in places that you don't want, and it may not come off because this ink is heat set permanent. And I pulled slow just to make sure that I wasn't going to fling any ink anywhere. So I'm just spraying my transfer down to keep that ink moist, although it's not that huge of a deal with the ink like it is the paste. It won't dry in your silk screen like the paste does. So easy peasy, literally less than 5 minutes. I have a cute little Christmas t-shirt. I'm just going to dry it enough so that I can move it without wrecking it. Justin says he likes it. So I'm just going to set that one aside. What I will do, I usually leave it alone for roughly overnight. I may come back later tonight and check it. But once it's fully dry, you can heat set the ink to make it permanent. And let me find those instructions for you, and I can put them up on the screen. So you want to heat set fabrics. You can either use a home iron, you can use like a Cricut Easy Press, or you can use a industrial heat press. If you're using a home iron, you want to set your home iron either to medium or to the setting that matches the fabric that you're ironing. You want to place a piece of parchment paper over, not wax paper, but parchment paper over your design, and then use circular motions with your home iron for up to 4 minutes per side. If you're using a heat press or an easy press, you can set that to 305 or whatever temp is recommended of the fabric that you're using. And then you're going to press each side for 30 seconds. And also, again, use parchment paper as a barrier. So those are the heating instructions. So I'm going to put that one to the side, and we'll bring out our other one. So I have a raglan t-shirt over here. And I just get mine usually at Walmart. I think both of these came from Walmart. Hobby Lobby has great tees. If you're looking at ones online, you can go to Bella Canvas. They have great t-shirts as well. So again, mine has these little gray sleeves. Super cute. I love raglan t-shirts. I'm just kind of folding it up to get the extra fabric out of the way. And for this one, I'm going to use this. It's called Blessed Simply. This is a size B transfer. And again, I have not used this one. So I'm going to put Simply up here and then Blessed down here. That way, I know when I go to clean the transfers that these two transfer pieces go on this carrier sheet, and that this is the back side. And when I go to place them after they've dried and I'm ready to put them away, then I know that they go on this side. You'll also note that this one has cut lines. Hello, Miss Amanda. So this one has suggested cut lines. So you can cut your transfer and backer sheet completely apart. I like to keep my backer sheet intact. So I'm lifting up a portion of that transfer, and I'm going to place my scissors under there, and I'm just going to score along those lines. Let me show you my other t-shirt real quick. So this is just a cute little short sleeve V-neck. says Sweet But Twisted. Super cute. So hopefully I might wear it tomorrow for all of our Christmas festivities at church. And so this one is just going to be one of those evergreen graphic tees. So I'm going to put Simply, and then I'm going to put Blessed underneath it. So I'm going to peel the backer sheet off of the transfer. And again, I'm going to try to find the center, just lining up each end of the design. I'm not necessarily lining up the edges. I'm lining up the edges of the design, and then I'm going to pinch right here in the corner. Amanda says she loves the Sweet But Twisted, although I don't think I'm very twisted, but I thought it was cute. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of line, and I can use the built-in tag to kind of see where my center is. I might drop it down a little bit. So I'm just going to burnish that one on. And I think I'm going to use Couture Teal and Tide together, but I also thought about mixing both colors with some shimmer silver. Bleh. So let's get a couple of color trays out, preferably clean ones. So I like to mix some of my regular ink colors with this shimmer silver. I'm going to use these so I don't get ink all over my. Amanda says she needs that in a Thea size. Well, bring me a shirt and I'll make her one, or you could make her one. Oh. And again, the ink has a great shelf life. The red and even this Tide are my same original colors that I've had for years. Oops. Okay, so hopefully I don't get this all over my shirt. That would be sad. So I'm just going to mix in a little bit of the silver. It just gives it a little bit of a sparkle after it dries. I would like to try Speedball has a glitter additive. I just need to break down and buy something and see about adding it. It's just a glitter ink basically that you add to ink colors. I need to see how it would work. Okay, so let's lay that one over there. Hopefully I won't need any more. And then let's get our Tide. This one's a little thicker, but that's okay. It should still work. And then we'll get a little bit more silver. Ooh, that's a lot, but I think it'll still work. It will probably change the color a little bit, but I'm not sad about that. I kind of like the color. It kind of tones it down a little bit. Okay, so hopefully that's enough. feel like a chemist. Okay. So you notice that if you've watched a few videos, you notice that I did not fuzz. I said earlier, if you're going to use ink, don't fuzz your transfers because you want as much stick as you can get. Okay, so let's pull in. In fact, I'm going to bring this back out just to work on, just to kind of give me a little bit of working space. Okay, so let's pull this off onto our squeegee. Probably don't need that much to start with. And again, light touch, light pressure, one direction, and just drag it down that silk screen area. I am looking at starting up classes again after the beginning of the year. So kind of be watching my Facebook page for those and or my website. I'd like to do maybe 2 to 3 per month. So if you have any great ideas or if you have some specific classes, just let me know. I do like to throw the DIY graphic tee classes in every now and then. It's just so much fun to play with the ink. I'm kind of going back and forth just to see what happens because I know that the fabric is soaking up a lot of that ink. Okay, so I'm going to put that to the side. I think I got most of my squeegee lines covered. And squeegee, or at least got them evened out. I think I got most of the silk screen covered. So I'm going to pull that off gently, but I'm going to make sure I don't have any ink on my fingers. I'm going to pull up slowly. Oops. It's pretty. Okay, I'm going to throw that clear over there. Okay, so let's get that portion somewhat dry. I'm just drying it just so that I can put the second word down. I made way too much ink for that. Nope. Oopsie. I'm sure it's not totally dry, but let's, again, we're going to put the blessed on there. Again, I'm lining up the design. Just so that I can get kind of my middle point. And I'm going to get a scrap piece of backer sheet. except I'm just going to lay that backer sheet up over my ink to hopefully kind of act as a little bit more of a barrier. I'm going to make sure the tops of these letters and the bottoms are all burnished. And then let's bring that down so I can work on it. Let's get another squeegee. And this is the Tide color that we mixed. So I'm just going to grab a little bit onto the squeegee. And again, I'm moving it up because I have a little hump on my desk right here. With light pressure in one direction, I'm going to cover up all of that silk screen material. I'm going to take the excess off. Let's put that under here. And then with my squeegee, I'm going to try to get rid of the excess off of. I am going to take it this way though. Probably shouldn't have. Okay. I've got most of my lines out. Check your hands. Oops. Got a little spot in the D, and I think a lot of that was because my ink is really thick, but it'll work. This is for me anyway, so. You can see the sparkle. It shows up really pretty. Okay, I'm going to do, I think we're good for now. Again, let me remind you of the heat setting. So once I have let these dry, mostly overnight, since I want to wear the Sweet But Twisted tomorrow, I'll probably come back later tonight and check it and heat set it. But ideally, I like to let my things dry overnight. That way they're good and dry. So then I'll heat set this with my Easy Press, but you can also use a home iron. So set your home iron to medium or to the fabric setting of your t-shirt. You're going to lay some parchment paper over your design, and then you're going to use small circular motions for up to 4 minutes. I wouldn't go the full 4 minutes because you might scorch your t-shirt. If you're using a heat press or a Cricut Easy Press, set that to 305 or according to your fabric that you're using, and heat press that for 30 seconds. And then I usually flip it inside out as well, and then I heat set it from the back side as well. So those are the heat instructions. Jason says those colors are awesome. Okay, so I'm going to move this one out of the way. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to move this one completely out of the way. Hopefully it doesn't fall. And I'm going to make some earrings real quick to match my, oops, let's take those off, my Sweet But Twisted t-shirt. So I had in my stash some of these shapes. I don't think they're still available anymore, but these are kind of an angular. They're probably for pendants, but I thought they would work great for earrings. They are super thin, so I did glue 2 pieces together. So now they're probably 1/8 of an inch wide. And let me get some red ink. Or not red ink, some red chalk. I found a striped pattern transfer in my stash. So that's what we're going to use. And I'm just going to line up the pattern with hopefully the angle of the earring shape. Hopefully you can see that. So looks pretty good. So I'm going to do a couple sets just for fun. Just since I have the transfer out, I might as well make more than one. So again, let's match up the pattern. And they don't have to match exactly, just close enough. So let's get another little squeegee out. And you can paint these pieces ahead of time. You can stain them. You can do all sorts of things. I'm just going to take my squeegee. I'm going to get some chalk paste. This would be another fun class, would be to make several pairs of earrings. I have this shape and I have some teardrops. And when I get my new toy set up, I might be able, I'm not promising anything, I might be able to make some different shapes. But that might be a while down the road. So I'm just making sure I get all of that surface of that wood blank covered. Okay, easy peasy, less than 5 minutes. Amanda says she can't wait till Thea gets her ears pierced. Okay, I'm going to get something to help me. Then that'll just be one more thing you have to, take care of. I got mine pierced, I think, in 6th grade. I did not take care of them very well. I ended up with infected ears. Mainly because I was too impatient to wait the whatever 6 weeks they tell you to wait until you change out of the studs. Cute. Looky there. Okay, so let's dry those, except I don't think so. I'm going to transfer these. Over to here. This is kind of sticky, somewhat sticky. I just don't want them blowing everywhere when I go to blow dry them. Okay, so let's set that over there. Let's get out our blow dryer. Get those good and dry. Amanda says that's such a cool idea. I love making earrings. I like to find all of the obscure patterns for my transfers to make really cool abstract designs. Like one time I used the spokes of a bicycle wheel from one of the transfers, and they turned out really cute. So sometimes, I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't see it in the camera, but there's just some little lumpy bumpies. Once the chalk is dry, it'll come right off. So you can kind of smooth out your edges. So you just kind of rub those off. Okay, so now that those are dry, and typically before I put findings on, I would add some clear sealer, but I can always take the findings off before I do that. But you definitely want to seal them, because if you wear them and you sweat, or you wear them out in the rain and they get wet, they will smear. Okay, so I think, I don't know if I want to use, yeah, let's use the gunmetal findings. And I like to use the thicker gauge jump rings. Like these are 9mm jump rings. Let's see. Get another pair of pliers. Okay, so I have, hopefully those will fit through. And I like the 9mm because if you get too much smaller, sometimes they won't work in the hole of the earring very well. And I like the heavier gauge so that they don't come apart. So when you are separating your jump ring, you always want to go back and forth. You don't want to pull it apart end to end, because that'll put a distress point at the bottom of your jump ring. So then I've got my jump ring and my ear wire on. So then I'm just going to close that jump ring back up. Same way I took it apart, roughly. Oops. Didn't quite get that one back together. Okay, and then for your earring to fall, because right now my ear wire is pointed sideways, so I take the flat end of my needle nose pliers, and then I just give the loop portion, like it would be just a quarter turn. So that way when it's sitting in my ear, and the ear wire. So you just want your ear wire to point backwards. Usually I can turn it easier than that. They're a little different. Anyway, that's what you have. So I have the findings on that one. Actually, let's do it ahead of time. So I'm just going to put my flat piece on my, I'm just going to put it, I'm going to hold the bottom of my ear wire with the flat piece of my needle nose. And then I'm just going to turn the whole ear wire a quarter turn. I haven't made these in a while. I kind of forgot how I was doing that. Okay, so pull it out, or pull your jump ring apart. So one hand will go forward and one hand will go back toward you. Put that through the hole. Put your ear wire on. And now you're ready to close that hole, the jump ring back up. These pliers in my left hand are a bit too big. It helps to have two smaller sets of pliers, but my other pair are stuck in a bag somewhere, and I'm not. Actually, I think they're in my vendor stuff. Okay, these aren't perfect, but and then I always put these little rubber stoppers on the backs because they're always, otherwise they fall out of my ears. If I can get them out. So I just need to seal my earrings. Amanda says she has an extra Thea size shirt. If you really would like to make Thea one, you could bring it by. Over. Yep, I'd be happy to do one. Just bring it by, or we can come over and get it, and I can get one made. Okay, let's bring. I would be more than happy to. Let's bring this little sweet but twisted. And then I'll show you my little earrings that are going to go with it. So here are my cute little earrings. Cute, cute. Yay. Okie doke. So those are my projects for the day. Let's just go through a few things, some bookkeeping things. Just want to remind you that this is this month's Club Couture transfer. I have not used it yet, but I fully intend to use it on Monday. I hope to make another inked project, and I'm going to make a tote bag with this transfer. This is an exclusive transfer that is only available to Club Couture members and designers. It is mailed to you as a DIY monthly subscription kit straight to your mailbox. It comes with 3 paste singles, and this month's colors are Forest, Eucalyptus, and Shimmer Rose Gold. It is $21.99 a month. There is a 3-month minimum commitment to sign up, but you can cancel at any time after the 3 months. And then the Club Couture promo for the month is this cute little chalk-made Valentine for You kit. It comes with 30 cellophane bags and chalk suede bag toppers to chalk on, as well as 100 pink and red staples. And it comes with that chalk made exclusive transfer, color trays, 4 paste single packets, and a mini squeegee. So that is 10% off for club members this month. Couture also released a premium perks pack for the winter. So again, remember, you can join as a designer for $9.99 a month. And that basic designer access pass does not come with any product. But if you want some product, there are 3 different levels of perks packs. There's the $59 level, there's a $79 level, and then for this month only, there is a $99 level. And it comes with the tier tray, some tier tray accessories, 5 Valentine-inspired transfers, a 3-ounce jar of white chalk paste, 7 paste singles in seasonal colors, the 9x12 Aiden, the 5x7 board and base, white chockable chips, and again, the tier tray and the tier tray essentials, a multi-tool, 24-pack of color trays, and a small squeegee. It also comes with this month's Club Couture transfer. So again, that's a great way to grab product. It's a $99 kit, and it includes $256 worth of product. And again, as a designer, you also get 40% off your products. Let me go back to my comments. Jason says he loves that project. Thank you. Hopefully, I gotta get my earrings sealed and then I can wear it again tomorrow. So here are, I don't know if you can see, but here's what the earrings will look like. Super cute. I love making wood earrings with Couture. It's super easy. Amanda said it turned out awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you, Thea says hi. Hello, Thea. So just make sure that you are hitting that heart button, hit that like button. If you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, that hitting that subscribe button would also work. Make sure you tag any crafty friends and invite them to watch along with you the next time. I'm trying to think. I should be able to go live a couple of times this next week. The Christmas holiday and being out of town is going to throw that off a little bit, but I'm also off every afternoon this week, so maybe I'll do some afternoon lives. So be checking for that. I'll post my schedule probably tomorrow on my Facebook page, but I will definitely see you on Monday. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I will see you later.